September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Here we are, 8 months later. 8 months later. And we're at the car park for a new hill. Setting a new mountain record in 2023 was great. It was better than great. I spent a summer in the mountains living a dream come true. But the come down from that was hard. Falling back into regular life was a weird duality. The work deadlines are waiting, dishes had to be done, laundry hung up. Life took off in all its mundanity. It was like I had never left. But I didn't feel like the same person. I was now a child of the mountains, made for traversing bog and soaking up sunset on summits. And I felt completely lost in this sea of emails and screen time. The obvious answer? Head back to the hills. Find a new purpose. This is the raw answer for the start of a project I wasn't even sure I was going to film and share. And it shows. The shots I took were haphazard and shaky, barely showing anything. But it's what we've got. So let me tell you about some lovely hills that I climbed this spring and summer as the start of the Arderins Project. The first peak I actually climbed on this list was Two Rock, or Fairy Castle, the day after the Outsider Awards in Dublin. Hiking up in freezing February air and running down before dark. It was then on to the Great Sugarloaf in Wicklow, a blustery March morning of sunshine and hailstones. In early April, I headed up Slieve and Knocknacullion, battling wind, rain and very low visibility across their boggy slopes. I had also planned to take in Ben Croy, but the weather was too wild. I came back a while later and took the leisurely stroll up the miner's path from the road to the east of Ben Croy summit. A few days later, I went to the Benbulben Horseshoe, taking in the 4 peaks of Annacuna, Ben Wiskin South, and Benbulben itself. Only 4 days in the difference from my time on Slieve an Éireann, and yet it felt like different seasons. The following week, I headed down to the Galties and ticked off the 2 outstanding Arderins I had in this range, Sturkeen and Knockastakeen. I love this mountain range, and with the weather only being so-so, I had the hills completely to myself for the 2 days I was there. The Galties are cool in that, there's new trails since the OSI map that I have was published. So it makes it interesting navigationally to decide which track in front of you is the one that's on the map and not. Also, they're quite exposed and they're quite well walked hills. So on some false summits, some cairn-like structures have been built. It's more of a semicircle shelter. So you have to be careful which one you're approaching if you think it's a summit or not. But you know, it's all good practice. And my pacing was spot on today. I did do my pacing on easy terrain, but it was spot on, which is nice. And finally, in May, I headed down to the Ivory Peninsula, aka the peninsula home to the Ring of Kerry. Welcome to Kerry! It is raining. As is my curse, I feel like. So I'm down on the Ivory Peninsula for the next several days, for the rest of this week, and I just want to tick off some Arderins, go explore, go for some swims, if it's nice enough. Who knows? My previous 2 times on the Ivory Peninsula, first time I was down here walking the Kerry Way with Carl, which was phenomenal. But we were very broke when we did that. And so all of our money went on campsites or the 1 or 2 spots we stayed indoors. And we didn't drive. So once we finished the trail, we kind of just left Kerry. And then the second time that I've spent time on the Ivory Peninsula was last summer, doing all the Vangelolinums. And the Ivory Peninsula was my last area on the whole island of Ireland to climb mountains. And at that point, I was pretty wrecked. I was so tired. And while I definitely enjoyed a bit more of Kerry, saw a little bit more of it, it was still a bit intense. So this is my first somewhat chill time in Kerry. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Climb some mountains, enjoy being here. So I'm kind of debating what to do. I'm at the car park for Torque Mountain and Torque Waterfall. It's one of the bigger Killarney National Park car parks. And it's like a little over 7k round trip to go from here up to the summit of Torque and back. And I'm debating, do I just put on my running gear and go off for the next hour to 90 minutes and just get it ticked? Or do I just write today off as just being pretty horrible? I don't know. That was Torque. Yeah. Oh, that was needed. Even in the rain. There's this phrase of getting out of your mind and into your body. And that's what that hike, run helped me do. It's mildly sickening, but it's actually, when I was unlocking the car there, I could see the summit, or close enough to the summit. The cloud was gone. But hey, that's just life in the mountains. Yeah, I'm really glad I did that. I was also suffering a little bit from the indoorsies. I need to come up with a name for it. Basically, the weather always looks worse looking out. Whether you're in a house or a car or whatever, it always looks worse looking out. It really wasn't that bad. So, yeah, it's a good start. Hello, it is Wednesday morning. Yes, Wednesday morning. Slept well, woke up, saw that it was very cloudy and overcast, was not motivated to get out on the mountains, but it looks like the weather's going to get bad after 1 or at 1 p.m. today, after lunchtime. It's now 9:20. So if I'm going to get up any hills, I gotta get going now. This is chapter 1 of the Arderins Project. It was messy, but it grounded me once more and reminded me that not all adventures have to be everywhere all at once. Dodging thunderstorms and basking in their afterglow, I let go of my own expectations and revelled in the slow adventure. While in Kerry, I managed to pick off 3 peaks: Torque Mountain outside of Killarney and Eagles Hill and Mullaghbeg in the Dunkerrin Mountains. Looking at the hills I have left on this list, I'll be visiting nearly every out-of-the-way corner that I thought I'd never return to after last year. 240 mountains down, 171 left to go. Conas tá Slieve. Tom I brúd na Dromoide. yeah, how's it going? I am at Drummond Hostel on the Ibra Peninsula, which is where I'm staying last night and the next couple of nights. It's just me and my dinner and my stinky shoes. And this party carries a Gaeltacht, or Gaeltacht. So yeah, I'm just trying to think about more words in Irish. I do have intentions of learning Irish. Hopefully this coming winter I'm going to do a course or two. But yeah, this is much better weather. Thank you, Kerry, for for getting your acting gear. And yeah, if you're ever looking for a nice hostel in Kerry that is never too busy, come here. But don't come here when I'm here. I want it to be nice and quiet for me.